One client that I work with inside my online coaching program came to me being very worried because the doctor told her that her cholesterol was super high and that she needed to start medication to get it down. But when I sat down with her full labs and looked at it from a more of a functional health perspective, I just said, actually, this might be one of the best things happening to your body right now. And obviously, she was shocked. I'm an online nutrition coach in China with 7 years of experience and hundreds of clients helped. And today I'm going to walk you through the topics of cholesterol, what it really means, what it does, when should you worry, and when should you celebrate. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a cholesterol blood result the same way again, because I am going to be sharing the exact steps that you can take to understand your numbers and support your body naturally. All right, so we need to start with some basics that unfortunately doctors don't always really have the time to teach. Cholesterol is not the enemy. Okay, your body makes about 70 to 80% ish of it in your liver because it's a very important building material for keeping your cells flexible and strong. It keeps your sex hormones healthy, which are the estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. It builds the hormone of stress called cortisol. It helps create vitamin D as well as something called bile, which help you digest and absorb dietary fat. So when your cholesterol looks high on paper, on one part it's actually kind of like a good sign because hey, your body is doing work to protect itself. On another part, it obviously signals that your body is going through some stuff, which can either be stress, inflammation, repairing tissue, and whatever. So again, high cholesterol, mostly in the group of people that I help personally, which are definitely high stress people, it's not always a thing that I'm the most worried about. What I really worry about and what I keep a close eye on whenever I review my clients' blood results is something called LDL cholesterol. Okay, you have three types of cholesterol, and when your doctor tells you that your cholesterol is high, get curious. Ask them which cholesterol is high. Ask for more context because, firstly, you got LDL cholesterol, you got HDL, and you got total cholesterol. LDL is named the bad cholesterol. Think of it as a delivery truck that carries vitamins and essential fats from your liver to your cells and anywhere it's needed. If LDL goes down, it can be a problem because it means that your body does not deliver enough raw material for hormones, tissue repair, and immune function. If LDL is high, though, which is a very common scenario, then it means that it's working a lot to send a bunch of things all over your body, which can also be a problem. Now, we got the HDL cholesterol, which is what we call the good cholesterol. This is kind of like your body's clean up crew because it gets rid of excess cholesterol and pretty much brings everything to the liver to be recycled and to be safely removed. So if this one is high, a bit high, then it can be a good thing because it means that your body is good at clearing out what it doesn't need. But if it goes low, that can be a problem too. And then you got, thirdly, your total cholesterol. This is just kind of like the grand total of all cholesterol in your body. To make it simple, if, for example, your total cholesterol is high, but then you look at your LDL and your HDL, LDL is the bad one, HDL is the good one, and you see that what makes up most of your cholesterol is the HDL, then you should not worry about total cholesterol that's slightly high. However, if the total is high and that most of it is from LDL and that there's less HDL, we got a problem. So basically, the very easy summary is to just keep a close eye on your LDL because that's the one that can make things a bit tricky from a health perspective. So in the case of my client, all right, when the doctor told her that her cholesterol was high, the doctor was referring to HDL and the total cholesterol, which you would have learned by now is actually a good scenario. So I just give her some context, as a nutrition coach, so that she can make a more informed decision about whether or not she really needs to take any sort of medicine, which quite frankly saying she doesn't need to. But let me just stick to my legal scope of practice and not advise those kinds of things directly. So What should you do with this kind of information? How does all of this apply to you? Well, there's just a few steps. First step is to not panic over total cholesterol alone. You need to ask the full panel and try to see what's the balance between the HDL and the LDL. Step number two, if you find out that your cholesterol is really high in a bad way, okay, then the good news is that it's actually not hard to reverse or to improve all of that, and that all that you need to focus on is basically the basic stuff. Eat real food, healthy fats, vegetables, quality protein, proper gut health, managing stress, getting deep sleep, moving your body daily, avoiding processed sugars and junk food as much as possible. It's pretty much the same old healthy eating and healthy living rules that are being thrown out there and that none of us follow. Okay. Anyway, if this video helped you feel a little bit less anxious about your blood work, don't forget to hit the like button and give me a follow, subscribe, a comment, whatever. And if you want in-depth help and one-on-one coaching for your weight loss goals and your health goals, find me on WeChat at the ID nfchristian, right, coach, and I will have a quick chat to see if I can help. Peace.